Hello everyone. So going to make a simple dress with this beautiful fabric. So this is the fabric. This has already been attached to the main fabric. This is it. So I just want us to do it together. So the length we are working with is 45. Okay, and the bust is 40. The hip is 42. Okay, but at the downside here, I joined to the length. So I will cut this off. So we are working with 45. I think it's more now, but we can always cut it off because I joined to the length. So the length I have here is around 46, which is okay. In case I want to turn it at the downside, or I want to, I can also cut it off because of the fabric. I can cut it off at the edge here, and it will be nice. So let's get started. So I've already cut out. The width is 24 that I have it. So now I'm going to turn it to the wrong side. Okay. And I'll fold it into two. It's already on two, so I'll fold it into four. So when you are cutting a fabric like this type, you need to arrange it well because sometimes this one might be like this, and when you cut it, the fabric will be short. So we need to make sure that we shake it so that everything can move down, not up like this, but down. And be careful when we are sewing something like this fabric. So I'll just arrange it. So now, after arranging it, it's just simple dress that anyone can cut and sew. So now we're going to, the back is 16, right? We're cutting both the front and the back together for the armhole. Then later on, we just remove it. Okay, so um, let's cut this into two for us to have a separate front and separate back. Okay, so now I've folded it into four, but I cut it into pieces. Like this is for the front and this is for the back. Okay, so this is it for the front and for the back. So the back rear measurement, which is the shoulder, so that would be, that is 8, 16 divided by 2, that is 8. So I'm going to use this line. There's a line here as our starting line. So I'll just place the 8 here. So this is the 8. It's just a simple dress. So I'll just come down by 1 inch here. Okay, and the armhole is 16. Because the armhole is 16 and because it's sleeveless, I don't want it to be open, so I will not use the whole 16, which is 16 divided by 2, which is 8, right? So I'm going to take like 1.5 from that 8. Okay, that would be 6.5. So let's see how it goes. 6.5, then connect to this line here. Okay, so I'm going to make the armor cuff here. So I'm going to place my tape just to confirm. So here we have 9 multiplied by 2, that is 18. It's okay because we still have allowance here. I don't want it to be open at the armhole here because it's sleeveless. So the neck here depends on how you want it. So I will make the neck to be 4 inches because there is no zipper, there is no button. 4, okay, and we can also make the back 4, just the back and the front the same thing. Okay, so let's make it 4. Just, and if you want, you can make your own wider, then the depth to be longer, depends on how you want it. So it's 4 by 4, but after sewing it will be more than that 4. So remember we come down here by 1 inch, so I just connect. So the bust, remember the bust I said is 40. Okay, so here it is 40. The hip is 42. Actually we're supposed to use the hip to cut it out, but it's okay, which is the biggest part of the body. So when you cut it out with the hip is 42, that is 21. So you can decide to add maybe 2 inches to it. Okay, but because it's a stretchy fabric, you see, so I'm okay with what I have here. So I have 12 inches here, which is okay, and that is how, because it's straight. So that is it. That is just my cutting. That's how my cutting will be. So I just cut here because I've connected this to the 1 inch and the armhole and the down. So let me take the measurement for the down. I said 45. Okay, so we can just make use of 46 and just trim. You can make your own 47, depend on the fabric you are using. So I will just make it 40. Let me see, 46, because I might decide to use just the down part because of the fabric. It's not necessary for me to turn it at the downside. Okay, all right. So the next thing is just, and when you are sewing, you need to be careful as well. When you are sewing this type of fabric, take your time. Okay, so let me see. So yeah, like I said, you see I made, so if I want to turn this now, because I did not arrange this at the neck, if you can see, I don't know if you can see from there, can you see, it's opening, so I need to be careful just to turn the neck gently. I need to trim this side off, off. Okay, and use something bias to just turn the neck. Okay, And let's see the second one. So this one is okay, it's perfect. It's just to trim the shoulders. Okay, so I'll just trim hair off. Use bias to turn the neck. Then join the shoulders. Okay, but when you are sewing, you need to be careful just to use your hand, because when you want to join it together, maybe first of all, you can sew on it this way, just to put this in place, or when you are sewing, just be arranging it, because it can turn like this, and when it turn like this, we need to lose the thread again and sew. Okay, so as you're sewing, you arrange it on each other, the front and the back. So I'll go ahead and use bias to turn the neck and come back. So I'm done putting the bias. Okay, so now it's time to put the front on it. Jump this. Okay, so fix that, and this is it. But just I jumped somewhere here, so I'll go ahead and fix it back. So the next thing is to just place this gently on it, because I've sewed something like this before. And when you have something that has layers like this, you need to be careful, because it has a lot of layers. So make sure, like I said, you arrange it. You can first join the shoulders together, and you make sure, you see, take it that way so that you can go back. And as you're sewing, make sure you, oh, I didn't turn the armhole, and this is how to turn the armhole. You can join first at the shoulder. Okay, then when you join at the shoulder, join it at the shoulder, you need to open it up, then sew it first before you put the bias. Or if you want to use, you can also use this to turn the armhole instead of putting bias. Okay, after sewing it the way it is now, like this, so I'm going to put it on the machine and sew it like this on it, so it can be easy for me to turn if I want to turn, if I want to fold, I mean, like this. Then fold instead of putting bias again. So then after that, just join it, fold it. Then as you're sewing, like I said, you're arranging it. Make sure you put your hand inside, open it up, make it to lay on each other. Then you can join. Then like the downside, like I said, if you have something like this fabric, you might decide to just, for example, this is a down part, and I have another layer here, right? So instead of turning it here, like this, I might decide to just trim it off. So this will be the only layers there. Okay, instead of folding like this at the down part, which is also good. But if you don't want to fold, just trim it close to this. Okay, so I will go ahead and sew. So I'm done sewing the armhole here. So I want to show us how I did it. So this is it. So you first sew this the way it is. So I sew on it just to put it in place so that it can be easy for me to fold. Okay, so now I can easily fold without the layers, you know, without the layers moving right and left. So I just sew it to put it in place. Then I can now easily fold. Okay, so I'll go ahead and do the second one. Then now when you're joining, be careful too, where I can just open it up and do it again. Okay, it got twisted there. So the next thing is to just, after the armhole, the next thing is to put it like this. Like I said, you use your hand to arrange it. So you use your hand to arrange it, just to put it in on top of each other. Okay, so this is it, guys. This is the wrong side. So I use surgeon for this to finish it up. To remain the downside on it. So this is the dress. Can you see? So don't forget to subscribe, like, then share. So this is it. Apart from the down to trim. Thank you, guys. Bye.